Okay, so we just had a blast all day long with V-Lander on Wheels, and we're delighted to have been here. We hope this will be an annual thing, and it's a privilege for me here to sit next to Cameron Lickle. Now, there was some drama last night. How did y'all get here?
Oh, good. I don't know that we call it drama because we don't have any drama in the RV or when we do WOW. So it's no drama, but we left Louisiana Shreveport at 4:30, and we had a 7.5-hour drive. We pulled in at about 1:30 a.m. last night.
But on Facebook, y'all thought maybe it was going to be roads were blocked. We had 57,000 people out of work.
Oh yeah.
I kind of want to postpone the whole thing.
Yes.
So we got lucky.
We got very lucky, and to fit today in was very lucky, and so we have to say thank you to you for being flexible, and thank you to the participants for being flexible.
Okay, and have you been to Northwest Florida before? Anywhere, Pensacola, Panama City, Destin, or for Walton Beach?
Pensacola. I have a lot of
Challengers.
No, well, for Navy.
For Navy.
Back when all my buddies were all the pilots here and going to get winged.
Okay.
They would be down here, and the system was so backed up by a couple of months.
Okay.
That we would come down and visit them, and we would actually be here to party more.
Very nice. That's what we're famous for. Yeah. Okay, so you get to work with one of the all-time greats. So what's the best thing with working with Mats Wilander?
Best thing to work with Mats is that he's one of those guys that when you're around him and you have his attention, he makes you a better human being. Right? I mean, he's as sincere, sweet, humble, not to sound cheesy about it, but he's really as sweet, sincere, and humble as he comes across. Right? And as a champion and what he represents and what he says as an ambassador for the sport, it makes it very easy for me to put him on the pedestal that I put him on. Right? And he really does make those people that are around him better people. Right? Not just in tennis, but I think in life. Right? That's at least my opinion of it.
I could not agree more. I mean, I agree 100%. I mean, I think even to be around him for today, although I've watched Mats in jumping up and down in front of the TV screens against Lendl and McEnroe and everything, and it was a blast to meet him finally in person. Here is a question. Someone wants to know, what's the worst thing about working with Mats Wilander? Could be Swedish rock and roll and
No. The worst thing, there's not really a bad thing. I used the example actually though today. When you're on the court, hitting a volley when you're already moving is the easiest volley to hit. Right? That's the easiest volley if you're split stepping while your opponent's hitting and you're moving into it. Right? The hardest volley to hit is the one where you haven't moved yet.
Okay.
So, but when I'm with Mats, so I use the analogy that when you're at a dinner table and you haven't been talking for 20 minutes, and then somebody asks you a question, you have to, right? So the hardest part about being with Mats is that everybody is focused on him, and then suddenly when the attention's on me, I still have to be with it. But it's much easier to be engaged for an hour, right? And then take a back seat. But if you're not engaged for an hour, then they say, okay, you're in. It's like coming off the bench.
Correct.
I think that's the hardest part.
Because it's Wilander on wheels. It's not Cameron Lickle on wheels.
Yeah, because it would be low. Doesn't sound
yes,
as good as
no,
wow.
that would not sound so good.
Wow.
Okay, so I can see that. I mean, he is of course the man or the promoter and the great ambassador for the game.
He's definitely the name and the draw.
Correct.
For sure.
Correct.
I'm a close second.
Absolutely. and things could change over the years. I mean, you're phenomenal, you're likable, and maybe you'll be the big draw here in a couple of years, who knows?
Well, sorry not to cut you, I say this and it's self-proclaimed, but I might quickly be becoming the most well-known tennis player who's accomplished absolutely nothing.
Correct.
Seriously.
Correct. That's a tremendous claim to fame.
Yeah, right?
Now, what about yourself as a player? What is your best win?
My best win? I mean, it's nothing that it would be
Correct,
worth really talking about.
I'm sure there was something you threw the racket in the air and went down on your knees or something.
I know. I remember in my senior year, I beat Yale's #1.
Okay.
And I remember he was pretty upset about it, just because I think I knocked him out of the NCAA tournament.
Right.
Because I'm kind of a Navy guy and an unknown, and so I've had a couple wins like that over my career where I knocked off some big boys that they were upset about it because I was really a relatively unknown.
Okay. Here's something that some kids want to know: Katy Perry or Miley Cyrus?
Oh man, As far as what, looks or talent?
Both.
I'm
Huh?
I
I
would-
didn't know this was going to be so hard.
No, either one. That's just
Either
I mean,
one.
yeah,
You're a big
but
fan
looks-
of both.
Well, I'm not a big fan of both, but that's a hard question.
Okay, but you like both.
Sure.
Okay, here is one from the head pro here. If we have a 15-year-old kid that says he has 20 hours that he wants to dedicate per week
Mm-hmm.
to sports, that's all he has is 20 hours. How much of that should be conditioning, and how much should be on the court tennis?
How old is he?
15. So he's in the transition. He's picking tennis over other sports, and he wants to get serious. But you know, he only has 20 hours. He doesn't have 60 hours a week. He has 20. Would you say there's a percentage there that
He just wants to do tennis.
correct?
Hmm.
How much of that he has 20 hours to work out, and how much of that should be strength training, fitness, conditioning, and how much should be tennis? Is it
Yeah.
50-50? Is it 80-20?
I think it
Or is
all
it a
depends
student?
on the individual.
Okay.
I mean, you can't really say that there's a guideline for, every 15-year-old that comes out there, because someone 15-year-old might have not hit puberty yet,
Correct.
right? And could be small and can't handle the extra stuff.
Right.
And there could be another 15-year-old that's a giant and it can handle a lot more and can go 3 hours a day and push himself and prepare himself for long matches. It's I think that's a coach that's been doing it for a while that can make a
Right.
decision based on each individual.
Right, right. So it's an individual. Fair enough. 3 more questions. The selfie song. Do you think that captures the next generation?
Well, what's going on with the selfie?
I don't know. That's what they all.
What was it?
The kids want to know if the selfie song is like, the whole concept of taking a selfie and sending it. And do you feel like that captures the next generation socially or not?
No, well, didn't they just label in a psychological issue with
Yeah,
when you take selfies?
I think so.
I think it's like clinically diagnosed as a psychological problem.
like an issue with narcissism or
Yeah, well,
think so.
I just saw that
I
it said
think
it's
so.
official now. You take selfies.
So be careful with. But you did like the song and the video.
I saw the video. It was actually very funny.
That's what I thought. Okay.
Yeah.
Last 2 questions. Have you ever been to Matt's home country of
Have not.
Sweden? You have
No.
not. And okay, so I have a follow up then. When are you going to Sweden?
I don't. We've talked about it in the past that he wants to take a month and go take bicycles and camp out, but that's a big endeavor, right?
Yes.
So just drive across
Yes.
Sweden, but
When
for
the
now-
bicycle will be very tough.
yeah, very tough. But for now, the RV is good to go. Who knows when we'll go to Sweden?
Right, right. Okay, so last question is, if you were not, I assume you feel like you have more or less the greatest job on the planet? Or
Yeah,
not?
it's great, unbelievable actually.
Right, right.
Yes.
So, but let's say you were not tennis.
Hmm.
What would you like to do for a career if it was not tennis related?
Well, I was a nuclear engineer before
Nuclear
I was
engineer.
before I was a tennis player. So
Holy
I
moly.
left the nuclear field and pursued the dream of tennis. And,
Okay.
was going to play till the money ran out. The
Okay.
money was running out.
Fast.
So yeah, and then I met Mats, and he crushed my dreams of professional tennis because this beats grinding it out in Mexico on a Holiday Inn with 4 guys.
Right, right, right.
So probably nuclear engineering. I go back to.
Okay. Well, I'd just like to thank Cameron, and we here in Northwest Florida hope this will be an annual thing, and we hope to see you all 2015.
We'd love to come back. Thank you very much.
Thank